Hi all, good morning. Thought I'd play the auto pairing again. Okay, nice FM to warm up with in the morning. 2266. I think let's play the burn variation. Right, so I had a recent game at Ilford with this as well, and even if white seemingly plays, thematically for d5, it shouldn't be a concern. Even knight f8, just bishop f8. So I'm just going to wait for bishop b3, c4, and d5 just to try and grab the c5 square. So I think this is a case of the threat is often stronger than execution, especially so white's going to play maybe bishop b3, c4, and d5 as a thematic breakthrough to try and get this f5 square, for instance. But if I can get the dart squares, I think there's enough counterplay in this position to compensate against that plan. So I'm just going to wait for it. Basically, I'm going to play rook g8. Maybe king a8 is a bit slow. Maybe I should have just played rook g8 just then. Can't play rook g8 now. Maybe bishop d6 as well. So bishop d6 as well. Alright. The question here now, can I just take on g2? As long as I don't lose this f6 pawn, then I won't lose control of e5 so easily. Okay, trying to grab that g4. I think I'll play rook g4. So this is an interesting pawn sacrifice. But can I also play for c5, given that white's kind of decentralized and taking the pressure away from playing d5? I might be able to liberate this bishop across that weakened diagonal now. Or even f5. I don't know, f5 is controversial. I think just c5 is nice to try and tear open the dark squares, still without losing f6. Okay, now f5 I think is getting there to be interesting, but knight takes d6 at the moment, but then bishop takes h1, so I'm not completely sure. Yeah, I think I'll go for that actually, because then rook g1 if knight takes f7. Actually, there's f3 though. Okay, f takes fg. There's e3. So that's interesting. I think I might try that. So again, this bishop is tactically dangerous. Okay, maybe c takes d4. There's still a lot of compensation though after that exchange. Okay. E5 here. But then bishop f7, but then knight c5 to e4 may be dangerous, or queen c6. Okay, it's got a bit hairy, that's for sure. So bishop f7, knight c5. Is anything stronger? Bishop f7, queen c6. Bishop f7. Okay. don't really want to lose the h7 pawn, so I don't know, maybe knight f6 here. If knight takes f7, then knight e4. Mind you, rook f1. So this has got quite tricky. Oh dear. Alright, knight c5, because if knight f7, maybe there's knight takes b3. Actually, there's also bishop a6 and e2, more to the point. No, I think knight takes b3 will be a useful move anyway. Except these pawns are now really dangerous. Knight takes b3. Is there any follow-up to get these pawns mobile? Bishop e4. Bishop a6. Bishop a6, bishop c4. That's the problem. There's f5 as an idea to try and play f4. f5 is interesting. I think I might try that. So threatening queen takes h7. Then maybe f4 and f3. That's finally a good plan. But it's controversial with this h pawn. Oh, maybe I should have considered. Okay, queen g7 here. So I'm trying to blockade these pawns at the same time. So I've got lots of interesting pawns. But have I got time? Maybe if I get in e4, this will be dangerous for white. So it's the king side versus the centre pawns. But f3, this is a very nice triangle here. If I get in f3, surely this is very dangerous. Now e2. Now, I mean, f2 seems really good. Just trying to win a rook, but maybe even d3. There's no check on the diagonal at the moment. d3 and then f2. Mind you, hang on. There's queen f7 check. If I'm not careful. So d3 cd. Maybe knight takes d3. Or queen takes d3. Check. G7 f2. Okay. I think I'll go for this. Just to leave lots of pawns to play f2. Because the key thing is that we would check. So I'll get these queens off. Now I'll play it for f2. I think they're huge pawns. So g7 f2. So I think knight e4 first though, to stop the use of the d2 square. I'm also threatening d2 as well now. Check. Okay, our queen. And check again, keeps the centre. I think a few checks are handy here. Good game. Nice early morning friendly game against an FM. So, burn variation, and I'm getting a little bit more experience, different plans now with the knight g3. There's this plan maybe of c4 and d5, but it wasn't played. So instead he let me just win g2. He used it as a sort of pawn gambit on them. But these centre pawns, even though this miscalculated because of knight f3, but it's still, there's a lot of compensation here for the exchange. So these central pawns are really dangerous, especially after f5, because I'm cementing the pawns now, attacking the knight. So that was good fun. This pawn avalanche, and just allowing even the exchange of queens, because it's queening with check, the king on the first rank. So it's a good fun game there to start the day off with. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.